Hello everyone. Good morning, Brazil. It's 10 a.m. in Brazil. It's 3 p.m. here in Krakow. I'm Gorka Teiza from Soundtrack Fest, and I'm moderating the panel with three fantastic guests from some of the most important festivals in the world, in America and in Europe. Here we have Robert Piaskowski, from the director from the Festival of Krakow Film Music Festival. Robert, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be with you today.
And there we have on the side we have Diego Navarro, composer, conductor, and founder of Filmusité.
Hello, such a great pleasure for me to be here with you all.
And on the other side, we have Marcos Sousa Brasil from Musicimagem Brasil, idealizer and general director. Hello, Marcos.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be here with you.
Okay. So first, I would like to say thank you to Krakow, to the city of Krakow, and to the Krakow Film Music Festival, because he's hosting us here. I mean, the three of us are in the beautiful city of Krakow today, and we've been enjoying the festival these days, and we have the opportunity to meet together. And I hope that next year we could also meet with Marcos in Krakow or in Brazil and have this panel, everyone together. So today we're going to talk about film music festivals, past, present, and future. We have the best of the best here. We have three great festivals that, coincidentally, two of them, Krakow Film Music Festival and Musicimagem Brazil, are happening at the same time in two different countries, in two different continents, and both end today. So we thought it was a great idea to connect people, to connect both audiences, and to get to know each other a bit better and talk about how all the festivals started, developed, had their difficult times with the situation we have now, and how are they looking to the future. So, Robert, let's start with you. Please do a brief introduction about yourself. Who are you, what do you do, and what is your role in the Krakow Film Music Festival?
Thank you, Jorka. Thank you, Marco, for connecting in such a moment, because organizing festivals is always a challenge. So to talk during the festival is always a pleasure and great thing. Yes, my name is Robert Piaskowski. I studied my music, literature, sociology in Poland, here in Krakow, and then in France. And when I came back to Krakow in 2003, I started working in cultural sector, firstly organizing choirs for different productions, for symphonic concerts, for some of the anniversaries of the city. So let's say project choirs. And also working for Krakow Festival Office. It was the institution established to prepare European Capital of Culture title for Krakow in year 2000. And then it remains the major institution organizing festivals, different creative projects important for the town. So I was on the position of the program director of this institution for almost 13 years, so a long time. And in 2007, we've established Film Music Festival. And when it was invented, it was quite, yes, radical decision, but no much contacts, ideas, no much ties with film music industry. I think that film music industry has not been very active even in Europe. And it was also how we learned that on Tenerife there is a festival of film music, very young, just 1 year old in that time. We connected with Diego and his producer Pedro Merida, and we started to imagine. And from the very beginning, the focus on the festival was to bring composers in the spotlight, to bring music, but also to show the role of the composers in the film industry. And we started from large-scale events mainly open door in that time, because in that time we haven't had big concert halls here in Krakow. Now it's different because since that time we have more venues, and that was the beginning of building festival as an industrial place where composers meet, where world premieres of their music is performed, place of the connections, also bringing experts, teachers, producers, composers, but also conductors. And we are in very close collaboration with Fimusite, with Santa Cruz de Tenerife. It's 14 years we are growing together. But then also with Ghent, the oldest film music festival in Europe, having prestigious World Soundtrack Awards, which is a big thing in Europe. And then younger festivals in Prague and in Rome. So we always wanted to be in touch with the industry, because we knew that in very conservative European approach, promoting film music is a big missionary thing. And now for the last 2 years, I'm working for the municipality of Krakow. I'm plenipotentiary of mayor for culture. So I'm responsible also for the whole cultural sector. So I have this double role, working for the mayor, but still being artistic director of FMF. So it's just a brief description of me, and also beginning of the festivals as well.
You do so many things that there is nothing like brief. I mean, it's impossible to do a brief description of what you do. Diego, I think everyone knows you in Europe and in South America too, but please introduce yourself and what's your role, what you do.
Hello, well, my name is Diego Navarro. I am a film music composer, uh, conductor, and also the father of Fimusite, which means Festival Internacional Música de Cine de Tenerife, no? Fimusite. Um, a lot of stories coming now to my mind. Well, it was 2005, I think, when I decided to create an orchestra in my place. I am from Tenerife, from Canary Islands, Spain, focusing on film music recording. It was called Tenerife Film Orchestra and Choir, and it was something like probably the first private project focusing on recording film music in Spain. And as soon as I created this orchestra, that was the moment I called my long friend Pedro Maria, offering him the position of being my producer. Right after that, I presented a project in the local government of the island, Cabildo, in order to push this idea of recording music in the island. And after that came the idea of having a brand new film music festival. At that time, film music festivals were not a very common thing. I mean, film festivals, yes, around the world you have thousands, but film music festival, it was a rare thing, a not common idea. So it was hard at the beginning, because at the beginning a lot of people they didn't believe in the project, in the idea, but it was a healthy obsession I had in order to bring this form of art into auditorium, in order to be able to be enjoyed our music as a composers with a real audience in a big stage, in a big auditorium. In Tenerife we have, it's amazing. I remember myself talking to Trevor Rabin, for example. He was very impressed about all the amazing infrastructure we have in the island. We have the incredible Tenerife Auditorium, which is such an iconic building, right on the ocean, very impressive. Incredible infrastructure. We have the Teatro Guimerá, the oldest in the Canary Island, was so beautiful, and opera, classic opera theater, Teatro Leal in La Laguna, another city of the island, another beautiful opera theater. So we had a lot of chances in terms of stages, great quality stages, in order to be able to develop a proper project and to be able to have to organize concerts. So we start from in 2007, the first edition. This year will be our 15th edition, 15. And since the very beginning, it was something like a boom. I mean, it was fortunately a huge success. The people understood very well the idea. We had in the very first edition, of course, I started talking with friends. I mean, Don Davis, Matrix composer, Michael Dana, Sean Callery, which is a great friend of mine. So the very first edition was just a blast. I mean, it was really a blast. And the people understood the format, the idea. And since that moment, nonstop. I mean, it has been really, really crazy. Absolutely essential for me, for us, to be able to, and that's a very beautiful thing to share with you, with Muslimage Brazil, because I honestly think that we are really, I mean, FMF and Filmusité are a powerful example of partnership or friendship, in order to be able to finally grow up all together, you know, year by year. We have helped each other every year. We have created things together, co-productions. We have shared a lot of things, and it has been an incredible example of brotherhood. I mean, between two incredible film festivals. And that's a very beautiful feeling. And once again, I am here in Krakow, and next month you will be in Tenerife.
Yeah, next month the three of us will be in Tenerife, so we can do this again next month. Marcos, please, it's your turn from the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. Tell us about yourself. Who are you? What did you do? And let us know more in Europe.
Well, I am a pianist and composer of soundtracks also, and the music is in my home since I was born, because my father was a great guitar player, and he was one of the first composer that released his own album without label, you know. And then in 1979, he started the movement of independent musicians in Brazil, very important that time. And also he wrote a book about how can the musicians do and record their own album. It was very important that time in Brazil. And I started study piano, and in 2000 I started do my soundtracks. I lived in Madrid also, and after that in Amsterdam, and I start also play piano with modern dance improvisations. And when I come back to Brazil 2012, I started more and more movies, and then I did, I think, more or less 20 documentaries. And also I am producer since long time ago, and I was director of music in the culture ministry. And after that, I was producer in three orchestras, in Philharmônica Minas Gerais, Ouro Preto, and nowadays I am manager of projects of the Petrobras Orchestra as a producer, not a musician. But and then I must tell also that I was in Madrid when I met Luis Vaz, my great friend, and I participated in the Musimaje in Spain. And then I sent this message from Brazil, and I told for my colleagues, well, we could do also association of composers in Brazil, Musimagem Brazil. And then we founded in 2008 Musimagem Brazil. In 2015, I was president of Musimagem Brazil, and then I sent the project of a festival to the Brazilian Bank Culture Center. And then they supported us, it supported us, and we started the festival in 2015 in Belo Horizonte. And it was amazing because we also, composers, change emails a long time, but never we met each other. And the festival put together all the composers, also the Musimagem Brazil, and we met each other, and we started a friendship until today. Also, the public didn't know the composers of soundtracks, and then started also this movement who compose those great soundtracks in Brazil. And then we are now in the 17th festival. I will talk a little bit more after.
Well, I think it's quite impressive. As the audience will see, we have three persons here with a lot of talent, a lot of stories. Maybe 1 hour is going to be short to talk about all we have to talk, but this is the beginning, so it's a good moment. I would like to now do a second round because I want to talk about the festivals, but I want to start showing a small clip. So we'll go with Krakow first. That if you please could put the video about Krakow FMF, a summary, and then Robert will do some comments about it and tell about the story behind the challenges and the memories that that video brings to him.
Mieszkając w Los Angeles, móc pochwalić się taką imprezą w Krakowie, o której wiedzą ludzie z branży w Hollywood, jest to rzeczywiście coś bardzo wyjątkowego.
Today's age is the most important festival. So it's like if you are playing at Carnegie Hall in New York City, for example.
Something I really like when people take care of what I have done. Great respect, for doing this. And I'm very thankful that I was invited to be here.
Możliwość spotkania się z tymi niezwykłymi muzykami, twórcami, kompozytorami, dyrygentami, orkiestrą, to jest po prostu wielkie święto.
When I was asked to come to Krakow, I said, yes, I have to go. It's so beautiful.
The Krakow Film Music Festival, I have really seen it become the biggest film music stage in the world.
Krakow Film Music Festival, it is the best of the best in everything. It gets the best composers, it gets the best music. I'm lucky to be a part of it, really.
It's extraordinary that you can fill a sports arena with people who are interested in hearing film music. I've never seen anything like it in my life, and I've been in music for film a long time.
We love the city, we love the people, and of course the fans of the music are the best in the world.
Niesamowici, serdeczni, uprzejmi, pracowici i odnoszący sukcesy, których sobie zamierzą ludzie robią ten festiwal. Także dziękuję bardzo za wprowadzenie mnie do waszej rodziny.
I'm delighted to be here. I think it's a wonderful world of music that's been created here over the last 10 years.
It's even touching and moving to show this short movie because it was from our 10th anniversary. But I selected this movie to show you because it brings all of the aspects of the festival. I mean, presentation of the local orchestras we try to promote, so we involve orchestras only from Poland or our region. So the main idea is also to connect them with composers, and sometimes they record music, their own music again. They go back for recording sessions, and it's important to us, and it's really moment when I'm really proud when composers say, or guests from abroad, your orchestras are fabulous, or easygoing, or I like working with them. Then we have another aspect, the marketplace. So we try to present majority of the repertoire is a new commissioned work. So it's not something we purchase from agencies. Of course, we have also like ready-made projects, like concerts live, some of the big titles, Lord of the Rings, we started from this, then Pirates of Caribbean, then other titles available on the market. But then we started to develop our own productions, including co-productions between Tenerife and Krakow, Dracula by Coppola, music by Wojciech Kilar, and it was a great adventure. Or Perfume, A Story of a Murder, which was a title I discovered thanks to Diego 14 years ago, and then we decided to make it as a regular simultaneous live in concert version, the whole movie. But even yesterday we've presented 3 hours of completely new music commissioned by festival, arranged and prepared by composers themselves. And that's important to keep this role of the festival, to nurture the circle of film music, and then many of the pieces, many of the suites are performed in different areas of the world, both by orchestras but also different concert venues. And I'm really proud of this, because it brings it nurtures the circulation of cultural goods. And then the third thing is an education, and this education is very dear to me. So you saw in the movie Penderecki Center for Music, it was big figure of classical music, a great friend of our festival, Krzysztof Penderecki, one of the biggest composers of 20th century, living in Krakow, unfortunately passing away at the very beginning of pandemic. But he's still a big figure, big patron of many activities here in Poland. And we organize workshops with experts from different sectors, from Hollywood, from London, from Spain, from France. For example, right now we have here composers from 11 countries. It's a European project supported by Creative Europe, and students are traveling through different cities in Europe where film music is celebrated, working with different experts. And then we have appreciation also. What you said, Marco, it's important to appreciate composers, their achievements, their role. So we have few awards. One is for the best Polish scores of the year before the festival. We have Life Achievement Award dedicated to Wojciech Kilar, the great composer, to Coppola, to like Dracula and Ninth Gate by Polanski, and so many other great movies. And then we have also Young Talent Award. So for composers, they try to compete, and their music is performed amongst the greatest composers every year. So it's a big momentum for them. It's like a moment of glory, moment of being put into the context of the best composers of our times. So it's like kiss of success, a very important burst of motivation. It's like yes, for them it's a very moving moment, and we know them that very well. And all of those young composers, they were awarded, they are very successful on the international market, because the next thing very important, very dear to our festivals are partnerships and connections, not only with the other festivals, but also with important organizations such as ASCAP, BMI, SASEM, or Polish ZAIX, or Sony, or now we work very closely with HBO, with Netflix, with Canal Plus, because of course those platforms became very influential and very important for the future careers of the composers. And we present also jazz, we present video games music, we present serials music, because we believe that all is film music. And this is actually motto of our festival. Everything might be film music. You saw also Giorgio Moroder on the screen. So even electronic pop music, Moroder got 3 Oscars for his songs, which are more popular music than classical music in general. So I could speak more and more, but because of you saw that festival changes also the city, where it's very dear to the audiences. People love this festival. They are waiting every year for our ideas. We can sell 15,000 tickets within 1 week only. So people treat this festival as a celebration. We have great fans. They are very loyal. They love composers. They love conductors. You should see when Diego appeared on stage yesterday. It's like rock star here in Poland. So I love it because we know that it was a process, and it's great to be part of this process as well.
Well, that's great. I mean, if you watch the video and Robert's words, I mean, I think people would like to come to Krakow soon for next edition. Diego, I think we also have a video from Filmusité that we want to show, and then you can tell us what goes on your mind, and so people can explain it. So please, video of Filmusité.
Okay, that was a very short trailer. So we have a lot of wonderful after movie pieces every year with a recap of the whole festival, with all our guests talking about the festival. But it was too long for today, so I just thought this entrante, what we call when we have a proper lunch, could be work. So. First of all, it's sometimes very complex to me being a film music composer with a career to be able to manage myself and my time in order to split myself, being composer, scoring movies, and at the same time being the director of Filmusité, of the festival, and conducting concerts abroad, internationally also. So it's really, really, really crazy. But the point is that I think it's very interesting that that I am a professional film music composer that knows very well the real thing into this universe, into this world, because I have I have had a lot of many experiences. No? So in Filmosité, we have different sections. We have developed different sections. For me, it was so important. Also, the educational area of the festival, to be able to push properly that side of the festival, creating what we call the Film Scoring Academy, with a series of fantastic master classes where you can apply being a student, composer, musician, etc. And you will be able to receive really high-level master classes for very important people from the industry, awarded composers, amazing people, panelists. We have shared a lot of common friends, from Richard Bellis to etc. etc. That's essential to me every year, to be able to during 3 days a lot of different master classes, and it's really a joy to create the whole program of the master classes. No? Every year trying to be original, every year trying to make interesting improvements and changes, etc. Another thing it was very important for me was to be able at the end to create a young orchestra, something that you did also here, and it was incredible. I mean, we started conversations with the Conservatoire in Santa Cruz de Tenerife. We have such a beautiful relation with the Conservatoire. They completely understood the philosophy of the festival, and it's incredible because all the teachers of the Conservatoire, all the students, they get involved in the project. It's really crazy because we have the festival at the end of September, so they start right after the summer vacation. The first week of September, they start working like hell, practicing in order to be able, in just 3 weeks, to be able to perform such an amazing and powerful film music concert program. With a lot of very difficult pieces to play, and they are students. I mean, they are students high level, so they. The Conservatoire choose the Conservatorio Superior de Canarias, the highest level, and then the Profesional, both levels. So they choose the best of the best, and at the end we create an orchestra, the Filmosité Youth Orchestra, and we perform great concerts that we have included in the concert program of Filmosité of the festival. No. And we also have celebrated there the film scoring sessions. Then now we are doing in La Laguna, the second. Well, it's one of our, together with Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz is the capital of the Tenerife, and then La Laguna, which is an incredible World Heritage City by UNESCO, historical one, so beautiful. So we have the educational program split into the Filmosité Film Scoring Academy, the master classes, plus the Filmosité Youth Orchestra. We also organize concerts for scholars. I mean, for very young people, from 8-10 years, they come to the Conservatoire in order to watch the rehearsals, and we have proper concerts for them, etc. It's very rewarding for us to see small kids, coming directly from school there to enjoy film music live. It's so beautiful, so touching, smiling, all the kids smiling. It's so beautiful. So to see that, and at the same time, that's really an interesting thing. As a film music composer, I came to the idea that there are certain very important film festivals around the world, in Europe, that they don't have a proper award thinking in the category in best score, best music. It's like best movie, best actor, but best music, no. So I thought, okay, we have to cover, we have to do something with that. So we decided to create Filmocinema, which is the official section in competition at Filmocité, which is basically a film festival inside Filmocité. We receive hundreds of movies around the world, documentaries, feature films, shorts, and best song. So we grant the Alex North Award to best score, I think, in the features category. And well, it's really crazy. I mean, we are receiving hundreds and hundreds of movies around the world. The award, the Filmocinema, is very well known now. This year we will be celebrating our 8th edition of Filmocinema, I think. We celebrate during the festival screenings every day with the official selection of the movies in a beautiful theater in Santa Cruz, Espacio La Granja. And then at the end, we grant the Alex North Award. No? And then in the festival, at Filmocité, it's a 9 days festival. So we start on Friday and we finish the Sunday of next week. So it's a lot. We used to celebrate something like 6 concerts, 7 concerts per edition, completely different. We started always in the Liao Theater in La Laguna, beautiful opera theater. And there I always prefer to start with, a small format concert, chamber concert. And then the journey begins. I mean, the day after that, that's another classic. We have our incredible pop culture band, which is a band we created in Filmocité. Gonzalo Daraoz is their musical director, an amazing guitarist, in order to focus on best film music songs. So just songs, and it's the pop rock format of the festival. So we celebrate at the Guimira Theater our concerts with the pop culture band, amazing renditions to the 80s, 90s, etc., to Quentin Tarantino Unchained. Last year we did Scorsese After Hours, amazing concert that will be broadcasting through the Canarian television in a few days. This year we will be celebrating Route 66, an amazing concert program built around the best songs of this genre, Easy Rider, etc., etc. And then we have the main symphonic concerts with the Tenerife Symphony Orchestra, Orquesta Sinfónica de Tenerife, the Tenerife Film Choir, or the choir I also founded for the festival, and before the festival for the Tenerife Film Orchestra and Choir, the same one. So Friday and Saturday in the Tenerife Auditorium, that amazing building that we saw, and then we grant there the Filmocité Anton Garcia Abril Award to long achievement award to big composers, etc. And we had the most important concerts, symphony concerts, just the very last weekend now. So there is much going on during the 9 days, really, really crazy, but I'm so happy with the final result at the end.
Thank you very much, Diego. Well, as I expected, we have so many things to talk about that we are short of time. But Marcos, now it's your turn. So I think we are going to finish this round of the past and the history of the festivals. You are going to show us a video, and then you could give us a brief description of the memories and ideas in a couple of minutes. Then we would jump into talking about present and future.
Let's go to...
I think Music Magium is so important to help join the international celebration of film music, bring it to Brazil, expand the map of, the spotlight that we put on great composers and the music they write, and share it with, the citizens and music fans of Brazil. So I think it's really invaluable, and I've been so happy to be able to be here and share and support doing whatever I can to be part of this year's event, and we'll see what comes in the future. I certainly hope to be back and hope we can do more things together.
My impression about Musimagem Brazil is really, really good. It's the only film music festival that's in whole South America, and in fact in America, because the United States doesn't have a festival, they have concerts. And I think what Musimagem Brazil provides is a perfect place where composers can gather and share impressions together, but also people that are not composers, people that want to learn more about soundtrack can come. Kids, music students, and they can learn about how music works in a movie, how it helps to tell a story, and how it can really affect your perception of how the movie works. So that's what Musimagem is trying to do, is spreading the film music as an artwork.
2 nights ago, again, I'm not going to be able to find the right words. Film music doesn't get performed that often away from the movie. Yes, they get repeated performances tied to the picture, but hearing the music removed from the movie, that very rarely happens. So that into itself becomes like a gift from God. To actually come to a country, Brazil, what are they playing my music for? But not only do they play the music, but they played the music with passion. And there's nothing that was more exciting for me to see the musicians, to be able to look at their faces. If you get a musician to put their heart and soul into your music, how can you not be overwhelmed with joy? Heaven on earth. I was so fortunate to have such wonderfully gifted musicians playing my music. So thank you, Brazil. Thank you, Brazilian musicians. Thank you to the festival. Thank you to everyone connected to the festival for making this one of the brightest moments of my life.
Yeah, sorry for the sound. That was a little problem with the sound in the movie.
Don't worry, the video is on YouTube, so you can, people who want can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, but first of all, I must go to the Krakow and Tenerife next year. Wonderful festivals. And also, Robert, I produced a concert with Penderecki here in Brazil with the Philharmonic of Minas Gerais, and he was so great composer and person. Was very pleasure to know him here in Brazil. About the festival Musimagem, started in 2015, and was amazing because first time that the composers met each other, and also we have this partnership with Ouro Preto's orchestra. Is a great string orchestra that play each year our songs, our soundtracks, and also the international guest. Each year, we also did workshops, lectures, also some activities for the public, not only for us. We brought Luis Vars in the first year. After that, we brought Bruno Collet from France, Laurence Rosenthal, when he was 93 years old, and it was amazing. Also Bruce Broughton and Christopher Young. And then in this year we have this virtual festival with a lot of international guests, but also Brazilian composers. That's very important. Also, we from Musimagem Brazil, the festival works like that. We in the association ask for the association what kind of theme or lecture or we can put in the program. the director receive all the suggestions, and then we put together and create the program. Also, we contact some international guests and the other stuffs to do something different, such as, for example, Tim Rescala created a piano with some sounds and a cabin with the video that the public could put soundtrack to the movies. It was a game, like a game that we did in some years ago in Belo Horizonte. The Brazilian Bank Culture Center is in Belo Horizonte, and we did since 2015 there. When in 2020, we must stop it, and we did alone the online festival, also with some workshops and interviews by online, also with the great Albert Iglesias from Spain and with Luis Vaz. And in this year, the Brazilian Bank Culture Center asked us, so we don't know if we will open or not the center, the culture center. Maybe we could do different festival, a virtual, technological, you can think about. And then it was, I don't know, two months ago. And 2 months, we are here with this festival, with games, with a virtual journey in the studios for Foley, mix, music, and the cinema room, virtual room with some movies with our soundtracks, and we explain before the movies our music, courses, meetings, and also today we will finish this festival, start Monday with scores, and then in the weekend all the lectures and meetings, and we'll finish today with the Ouro Preto's orchestra playing the music of Brazilian composers, and also our guests such as John Ottman, Craig Seffan, Richard Ben, Heitor Pereira, this is a Brazilian composer, very famous in Los Angeles, that he did Smurfs, Angry Birds, a lot of Gladiator also, and he worked with Hans Zimmer. And we'll finish with this orchestra, also with AR, no, augmented reality. I don't know in English how can I say, but will appear some objects flying in the stage today. We are very happy in this new format. We are now with this platform. We know that some people from United States, from Europe, from also Americas, and when we received Gorka here in 2019, Gorka told us, "Oh, I don't know other festival in Americas," and we asked, "Really? No, we didn't know this," but also that the festival is organized by the Association of Composers, is also new. And then we are young, close to you, 7 years, but we learn each day also. Also, the education part is very important. We try to talk with all the universities of music and cinema to bring students to talk how is important the soundtrack, not only in the audiovisual projects, but in our lives. Each one has your soundtrack. When we listen some soundtrack, we remember not only the movie, but we remember our life that time. Or I mean, it's very important to talk about soundtracks, and also in Brazil, that's a big country. We have great cinema, great composers. The Brazilian music is very famous in the world, and is this. We are very happy to be here with you and to learn about your festivals and to exchange. And let's see if next year you can come here and breathe together as Gorka and Robert came, and was wonderful time. No, Gorka?
Yeah. Last year it was really amazing. 2 years ago it was amazing in Musimagem Brazil. Really enjoyed it. As I imagined, we have just 10 minutes and many questions to talk about, but I'm gonna do kind of summarization. We've
Gorka,
talked about the past.
For the festival, it's okay the time. We are okay if pass some minutes, no problem here, okay? But if you have
then
some
maybe we can take
compromise,
another 5-10 minutes because I
no
want.
problem.
We've talked about the past and something about the present. You have told how you overcame the difficulties, and I know there are new initiatives going on. So I would like to talk about the present and the future. How did your 3 festivals adapt to the difficult situation we have? I know there was a platform like Play Krakow. Online is mainly what's going on, but maybe that cannot replace the festival because the festival is more than just the music, it's people. So I would like just you, the 3 of you, to give me the ideas you have, your festivals, for this present and the future. How are you gonna move on from this situation we have?
I think that the role of the recordings and all of this visual aspect that we record our concerts and all of the meetings in the picture and sound, it's extremely important. And we used to do it, but for a completely different purpose in the past. In the past, it was mainly driven by marketing issues or some of the, yes, let's share separated suites on YouTube. Pandemic gave us awareness about the role of such a content, and together with other institutions in my town, we've developed the OD platform. It's a municipal platform gathering all of the cultural proposals. Nowadays there is 800 concerts, plays, talks, congresses, conferences. So it's a wonderful gate to culture of Krakow in general. And we have, of course, a large package of film music festival, recent productions, but also productions done in the past. Of course, we needed to clear some of the rights. It was a challenge. Now we know that all of the future editions of the festival will be recorded and post-produced. And I know that Diego already been doing that for many years together with Canarian Television. For us, it was not so obvious. But luckily, thanks of the content we've recorded in the past, we could keep in touch with the audiences over this pandemic period, giving from time to time some VOD premieres. And for example, yesterday's concert we've recorded, we will be working on this post-production, sound, visuals, and that will be something we will play again in the autumn, just creating special events for each chapter of the presentations. And from the other hand, we discovered that it's important to be in touch with the audiences, not only during the festival, but all year round, to be in touch with our experts, partners, from time to time to organize some open Zoom discussion or some of the panels. And thanks of this discovery, our festival lasts actually the whole year. Because we started in May, we've got meetings and concerts in June, in July. Now we have this festival, even it's not large scale festival it used to be. In the past, it still has its landmark productions, this wonderful composers here, and all those media activities and large audiences. So it was important to recover also. And what will we will be staying with us, I think, this discovery, that this is not only one shot, it's not only about only one shot, one concert. responsible for the future of those recordings, archives, and also thanks of the hybrid world, we can speak easily all together. So yes, we are here also. It's a new situation, and I think it's very, 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 very beneficial discovery of the pandemic time.
Diego, I think on your side also many things happened and many ideas came up.
Yeah, I forgot to mention in the very important in the awards we give every year. This year we will celebrate in the 4th edition of los Premios de la Música para el Audiovisual Español, the Spanish Audiovisual Film Audiovisual Awards, 4th edition this year. It's another award we grant in collaboration with our audiovisual association from film music composers in Spain, Musimagen, Musimagen Brazil, Musimagen, which I am a member as a composer. And also this year we will be performing a suite, 5-minute suites with all the composers that that finally won. And that's something that we used to do every year since the last 4 years. And that's so important for us to be able to hold our proper awards votes by professionals, for the people that knows the most about film music. It's not something that someone who writes a script or cinematography professional. No, it's a composer. So all the composers, they vote and they decide the best scores in different categories. That's all what that's the recap of the Premios de la Música para Audiovisual that we held at Filmosité. To me, always also a healthy obsession to be able to document the festival has been a very important thing. That's why I decided to create the Filmosité YouTube channel. We have millions of viewers and millions of people playing our videos. And it's a huge archive of film music there. We have something like only 10-12% of all what we have done uploaded, because it's really crazy. That's something that we have to keep doing, that we have to keep pushing. Our concerts since the very beginning have been we have done such a powerful post-production. I don't want it to broadcast live the concerts. At the beginning it was impossible. In 2007 we didn't have this kind of technology. So but in a certain moment someone asked me, do you would like to stream the concerts live while you're performing and conducting the orchestra? I said no, because I treat my concert as real treasures. And after celebrating the concert, we start working on the post-production. We start mixing the concerts. We record the whole concerts in Pro Tools, and at the end, we start editing the videos. So at the end, we give the television. We have been working a lot of years with the Spanish television. I mean, like the BBC in the UK. So we have broadcasted our concerts through the big channels from the national Televisión Española, Spanish television, around the whole country, and through the international channel of the Spanish television. During a lot of years, 7-8 years. Now, this year, we are working with the Canary Island Televisión Canaria. We also will be recording a lot of concerts and broadcasting the concerts, but with an amazing and perfect sound. I mean, doing mixing in the studio, mastering all the music, and it's like a real album, a real CD, So to be able to have our archives uploaded in our YouTube channel is very important for us in order to be able to show the film music lovers, the film music community around the world, what we have done in film music during all those years, and I think it was at the end it was a good idea to do this extra work. eh? I mean, and it's crazy. We do it for free. I mean, I have been the one who have been mixing with my engineer, going to the studio there, listening to all the music. No, this oboe, the clarinet, second violins up, blah 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 blah. So just for our love and my love for the festival. I mean, and concerning the COVID stuff, etc. It was very hard last year, but we finally could do it. I mean, the first I had to. There is a festival we manage. We are a whole year working in order to be able to have it to do it, a new edition. So last year suddenly, because the COVID, the plans I announced in press conference were completely broken. Impossible to do that. I was in Prague conducting a scoring sessions. We were shooting a trailer that we will be broadcast when the proper time comes. Amazing one, I tell you. But we had to stop the whole thing. We have to stop the whole thing because the virus. And at that moment, we wait week by week, week after week. And then suddenly, at least in Tenerife, the Tenerife Auditorium became the first auditorium in the whole country to receive a specific certificate, health certificate related to COVID, in order to that they were respecting all the measurements and all the, according to the law, etc. The Tenerife Symphony started doing things again, small things, but step by step. And that gave me the idea of, okay, if we can celebrate the festival, of course, with less seats available, but if we can do it, let's do it. Because to be able to fight the virus, to me, it was something like, we have to win. Film music have to win. We have to win. So at the end, we could celebrate the festival, and I thought, okay, my international plan was broken because of the virus. Okay, let's focus on Spain. Let's focus on television, and which is the most important TV show nowadays, Spanish TV show, which is a phenomenon around the world, Money Heist, La Casa de Papel. So we focus on our country. They are very close friends of mine, the composer. So I asked him to, why if we create a La Casa de Papel in concert, Money Heist in concert? And we started this crazy project in 2 months, only 2 months. We built the whole thing. And we built something like a symphony, a music recap of the whole series, or the whole TV show, the 4 seasons. And we premiered it with huge success at Filmusité. We did 2 concerts, Friday and Saturday, with the Tenerife Symphony. You were there, Gorka. And yeah, and I felt very, very proud. It was such a success with, yes, less people, but the people, they enjoyed like crazy, the concerts. And they enjoyed like crazy the huge effort we all did in order to be able to push a new edition of the festival last year. No? And this year we are celebrating next month our 15th edition. Better situation than last year, of course, with not a full seats in all our stages, in our theaters and auditorium. But it will be an amazing edition. I am sure, focusing on Ennio Morricone and Anton Garcia Abril, and very, very, very excited. I mean, we just celebrated Krakow. I celebrated another important thing that we will be able to announce in a couple of days after September the 1st. Just before the festival, Krakow Festival begins. It was amazing, all in a row. A tour de force for me. really, really crazy, but so proud and happy with the final result. And then Krakow Festival, and then Film City in September next month. So very much looking forward.
Okay, Marcos, so now is your turn. You already told us about this year. Last year was an online edition. This year is also online, but you are doing virtual reality, many things. So tell us about how the festival is adapting, evolving, and how is it looking to the future?
Okay, I forgot to say also about the award that we created some years ago to the Brazilian composers, and then we did. It was great. One of them also died last year, and then he went enjoy the festival with us. Was amazing. Sérgio Ricardo that made some soundtracks, very important soundtracks for Galber Rocha, that is a famous director in Brazil, the new cinema that time. And in this year, we gave the award for Sergio Saraceni that composed more than, I don't know, 100 soap operas and series for TV Globo, that is the principal television here in Brazil. And then we created also the Remo Uzai's award. Remo Uzai was a great composer also. He's still alive, 93 years old, and he composed more than 60 soundtracks. And yes, I think, Gorka, that now Musimagem transform in another festival with this in this year, with this platform, technological tools and games. The right music in the scene, right, is a success. More than 2,000 people also played in our platform this year. And we put some videos and 5 tracks that you can put the right music in the right scene, and it was amazing. You must play also in our platform. And yes, we're thinking now in the next year and to be a hybrid festival, presential and online next year. We will do this if you can. Presential and in Belo Horizonte, and also virtual, and also invite guests to online guests and presential guests, and do this festival both online and in person. Also invites international guest composers and work more hard in the education part that is very important also for us. And well, let's see, we are in this new festival. I already saw that almost 80,000 views in our platform. That is good number. I don't know the people that really access, but was 80,000 access in the platform, and 2,000 played this game. And also the concert is, of course, the great number in the festival. Last year, we had 12,000 people watching the orchestra, and let's see what happens today. And we are very excited to continue in this way, with games, with new technologies, and the concert workshops, and then meetings, and try to also to be close than United States and South America, to bring also more connection.
Well, that's great. I think all the festivals have a lot of ideas. I think we all agree that online and presential the festivals, the mix and the balance is the right way to do the things. I mean, festivals are a place to gather and to mingle and to exchange and look into the eyes, so that cannot be replaced. We had a difficult situation and we overcome it. So I think we all agree on that mixed model, we've learned many things. So I would like to finish with just one question for each of you, and take your time to answer. The pandemic and the situation brought us many bad things and many difficult decisions and situations, but what do you think that could be one good thing that brought to us lesson or idea or challenge or something that you said, well, this that happened helped us in this way to grow in some way?
I think that the role of collaboration has never been so obvious and evident like over last months, that if people collaborate, if the people share, if stronger help those they are weaker, bigger institution help smaller, I think it brings some completely new development. And it's what we experience not only on this festival, but also in the whole cultural sector in Krakow, for example, building one stage production for almost 30 different festivals or all organizers, and they were sharing this space. And the other thing we must to be more oriented into solidarity with different aspects to create inclusive spaces for culture and shared spaces where people can really mix, where they can experience, where they can aspire. And the third thing, it's like we've never experienced how important is focus more on global challenges like climate change or sustainable goals of development, to be more responsible on the larger scale, not only for our, let's say, little world, little town or only festival, but having more ambitions, more engagement in, let's say, global issues, because festivals are amazing force to transformate minds and transformate world, to educate, to bring people together, and to create identity and values. So that was never such obvious like this year. Thank you.
Diego, one good thing that came out of this mess, good idea or lesson learned?
Well, one of the most beautiful things that I have received in my position after working so many years and doing so many crazy, giant projects, pushing this art form to a real audience in real stages and auditoriums and theaters, etc. is one thought which I have received a lot of times from different people, and that's really rewarding. That's really beautiful. When they say, Diego, thank you so much for this experience, because it's something like living what they call the Fimosité experience. It's such an emotional, powerful, beautiful experience. After leaving an entire edition of the festival, the thought is this: Diego, thank you so much, because you know what? Now, when I watch a movie, I not only watch a movie, I listen to the movie. So that's so important. I mean, we can enjoy, we can pay attention what's going on concerning the score, the music, not only this general thought that you are watching a movie and you always consider the score is just behind. And no, we enjoy listening also to the movie, watching and listening to the movie, and we can discover that there are different layers in the whole thing, and the music, the score is absolutely essential. So this educational point we have done during all those years working hard in Fimosité, to be able to listen to this thought coming back from a lot of people around the world, it's so rewarding, it's so beautiful, and it's a sign out that at the end something that started just like a dream a lot of years ago, 15 years ago, and nowadays, it's in the real society. I mean, it's in the people really have understood a lot of things, and that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful.
Well, and finally, Marcos, one good thing that came out of all this mess that hopefully will be behind sooner than later.
Yeah, here the pandemic is very complex and complicated, but I think it got the public ahead of following festivals online, and then I think we now are hybrid festival, hybrid people. We have two connections, in person and online, and then we must to connect with composers and the audience, so close here in South America or United States, and we never could meet more people, composers, and the audience, because soundtrack also in Brazil it's so difficult to find courses or festivals that talk about soundtracks. And then I think that we both, all the festivals, and also you, Gorka, that is really important for us to promote, to talk about the importance of music in the audiovisual is so important. This because people know that exists, but some people don't really have the idea that what really is soundtrack. Some festivals here also, Diego, don't have a soundtrack award. Have a photography, everything, but not soundtrack award. It's so weird. But and then we must fight for our space, for our work, and show that soundtrack is very important for everybody. So Gorka, your work is wonderful, and also Robert and Diego, great festivals, and I would love to be also in your festival, and they will come here, and then we spread the importance of soundtracks in the world.
Thank you, Marcos, for your words. And well, let's finish because we could be talking like for hours, but I think that it's better when we do it next time, the four of us in the same room together in Tenerife or in Brazil or wherever the future, or in Krakow, the future takes us. Thank you very much, Robert, for being here, because your schedule is very busy, I know it. Diego, you were exhausted after a whole week doing so many things. Marcos, your festival is still not over, and you are here dedicating your time, your director. So everyone here is really giving a good effort. And also I would like to thank the Krakow Film Music Festival and City of Krakow for giving us this space for the three of us could be together in this room and share. So to all the audiences, international, Europe, America, South America, North America, watching us, please keep digging on these three festivals. There's a lot of information there online, many videos of many editions, many concerts for free. I mean, you have all that information for free. Keep digging, because I'm sure that in the future, when the situation gets better, you will the audience would love to come to these festivals and enjoy this experience live. So that's all I have to say. Thank you, everyone, and keep on.
Obrigado. Obrigado.
Muito obrigado.